Welcome to Through the Wardrobe, a podcast with Radio Winterfold.
In this podcast, we look at a favourite book and its film.
We look at the characters, we look at the storyline,
the background,
then we look at the film, its action scenes,
the weird and wonderful facts.
At the end, we decide what is better, the book or the film.
With your hosts, Amelia,
Sophia,
Cecilia.
Enjoy!
700 degrees.
Before we talk to the exclusive interviews with some of the characters, I'll be saying a few things about the book Matilda. Now, the first time I read the book, I found it absolutely phenomenal, and it encouraged me to read a lot more than I did before. Like when Matilda goes into the big library and she takes lots of books and stuff, and yeah, it really encourages you to read. And when she goes to school, it shows the different side of schools as well. It shows the bad side of schools, and the Trunchbull is an amazing character. She is very awful, but she has a lot of description, and she is she represents the female character of somebody. She shows that women can do anything, but not in the most nicest way.
I think the movie really brings Matilda the book to life, and they've even created a new movie, which in my opinion is better than the first one, because there's so much more singing and dancing, and it's just more modern, I'd say. So my favourite scene is probably when Bruce eats the chocolate cake. I think that seems very funny. And Matilda, she's such an inspirational character to young children, and it really makes you want to read more, because the film, it just brings the book to life.
Hello, and I'm back with two of the characters from the book. We have Matilda Wormwood and another special guest.
Matilda is really courageous, and she feels like she can say anything if it means that she'll be able to stand up for what she believes in. She's a fighter and won't give in that easily, like when she stands up to Miss Trunchbull and leads her class to victory and removes Trunchbull from their lives. I think from playing Matilda in the senior play, I learned that she is a strong and powerful-minded child, and she loves all her friends, and she'll do anything to protect them. When I originally read the book, I knew Matilda was smart, but from playing her and seeing her in the musical, I didn't know she is also strong-minded, and she is willing to do anything she can for what she thinks is right. Whereas in the book, she is sometimes can be quite cowardly and just keeps her thoughts to herself. But in the musical, she's the opposite and will keep fighting.
Next up, we have the actor who plays the terrible and horrifying Trunchbull.
Well, I definitely found it quite an honour, because I never saw it coming. Of all the characters, I was being told I'd be Miss Honey, but yeah, I definitely had to build on the character of being much more scary than feminine, because she's more masculine than feminine, even though she is a woman. And I've been told that I'm very scary when I play her, but it's just very fun. I get to be with my cast. It's just, I know it's usually hard, but I've taken it in, and it's just, instead of it being embarrassing, I take it in to just be a really fun experience. Well, it's the fact that she definitely, I don't think, has any good in her. I mean, if we did, I think we would have seen that side of her. But no, she throws children, and I don't think that can get any better. So, yeah, in the book, she shows more of a masculine, scary side, where when I portray her in the musical, I get to add my own way to her, where I think she also shows a more of a posh side to her, like she's a friend of the Queen or somebody, because it's important to show that two-side to make it sort of funny, because if you see a two-sided character like that, it makes it funny, and just making sure that you put that side into her, it just makes it a lot more fun for the audience, and that's just really important.
Now, last but definitely not least, we're going to talk to the actor who plays Miss Honey. Miss Honey is a very kind and loyal person.
It was a great privilege to play Miss Honey in the play, especially with such a big cast and such a big community to do it in. And Miss Honey is a really interesting character, I think. And the way she acts, from her previous trauma about what happened with her aunt, Miss Trunchbull, how she responds to that in her own way and how she responds to other children. And I think it was so amazing to learn about what kind of character she is and how she always thinks of others. She's so selfless that it's such a privilege to play her in the play. Well, I think in the book, Miss Honey was very much a timid character the whole way through the book, whereas more in the musical and the play that we're doing, she builds her confidence and you get to see what kind of person she is at the end. She also helps the other characters a lot along the way, like Matilda. Her interaction with Matilda in the play is almost very different to the interaction in the book, because in the play she's very much close to Matilda, she truly cares for her as her own child, and in the book it's very different. And even though it's not that as homely atmosphere and that she's not as close to Matilda, you can still really feel that connection through it.
Now I'm going to be asking Cecilia the big question: the book or the film?
Wow, it's an extremely hard choice. The book encourages you more to read, but then the movie has all the dancing in, all the music in, and it's a big movie. Well, for me, it would probably end up being the book, because I know the movie has all the dancing in, but I feel like it's best to go with the original, the book, because that's got all the description in and it's got the original story, and it encourages young children to read more. And the book, well, the movie does, but the book encourages you more, because Matilda only reads a little bit in the book, and I meant in the movie, but in the book she reads loads and loads and loads.
Well, thank you for that amazing insight, Cecilia. That is an amazing answer.